Hi guys, Rich Sermonello. I want to tell you about One Light Boudoir. But let's start with this. What if I told you the reason your boudoir photos don't look as good as you want has nothing to do with your camera and everything to do with a skill you haven't mastered yet? You finish a shoot, review the images, and instead of feeling confident, you're second guessing yourself. Something is missing. But what is it? When I first started, long before Instagram, I was inspired by the editorial images in fashion magazines. Even the ads were amazing. And then there were those photos that used to hang in Victoria's Secret. Russell James made those angels look so beautiful and powerful. But by comparison, my photos look dull and amateur. Like most beginners, the first thing I thought of was that it must be the camera. If I just had a better camera or better lens, my images would look like the ones in print. Ever feel that way? But new cameras didn't fix it, did they? The camera and lens I already had were good enough. It took me a while to figure it out. It was the light. And that's why I created One Light Boudoir. This is your shortcut to better photos, happier clients, and less stress at every shoot. It's a complete A to Z system. No prior lighting experience is required in order for you to get results and light like a pro. Now imagine walking into any environment, a hotel room, a studio, client's home, and knowing exactly how to create impactful images. It doesn't matter if it's a big or small space, whether it has light or dark colored walls, window or no window. You're in total control. And when you're in control, your client feels your confidence and you can be fully focused on them. As a photographer with over 20 years behind the camera, I've worked with fashion designers, showed my work in galleries, and I was the editor-in-chief of Volo magazine in the Bay Area. I can tell you this, lighting is most often the defining factor that makes an image really pop and have that professional look. And it's especially crucial when you're photographing the body, where light shapes every curve and line. And I've used all kinds of lighting, but I keep coming back to strobe because of the power and versatility. It lets you do things you simply cannot do with natural or continuous light and has had the biggest impact on improving the quality of my work, hands down, more than any camera, lens, preset, or certainly any gimmick or trend. But despite that, many boudoir photographers avoid learning strobe. But what if I told you using a strobe actually makes shooting simpler? Let me show you. Here are two photos. Both were taken in the same apartment. Both were taken in the middle of the day in rooms with light-colored walls. Yet, they are completely different looks. Version 1, light and airy. Version 2, dark and moody. And one more thing. Both images use the same exact camera settings. How is this possible? The difference was not in the camera settings, not in the environment or the weather, but the lighting. Now this is not possible with continuous light or natural light. So think about how you learned photography. Did most of it come from the internet? If you're like most boudoir photographers, you're probably self-taught. But do-it-yourself stalls because, number one, bad info, myths and half-truths sound convincing and they're all over the internet. Number two, wrong lesson, wrong time, too advanced or missing the basic parts that you need first. And three, no support. If you have questions, they pile up with nowhere to ask. That's not education. I've been teaching lighting workshops since 2010. I taught studio lighting at Google. I've spoken for PPA chapters in Santa Clara Valley, California, Tennessee, Dallas, and at Booty Camp Live 2019. I've earned 12 Portrait Masters Awards from a single submission cycle. And as a former adjunct professor, I've built curricula that turn complex topics into simple, bite-sized progressions step by step. And that's exactly how I designed One Light Boudoir. You don't just watch it, you get it. It's not a course that's going to take you down rabbit holes, lead you through dead ends, have you searching all over the internet for the one piece that's missing. This is a step-by-step progression by someone who knows how to teach. Besides that, you're not doing this alone. You get 8 weeks of live group coaching with me. Now, I normally charge over $3,000 for 6 one-on-one calls. That's $500 each call. Multiply that times 8 which are in the program, and that's a $4,000 value built right in. Can't make it live? Don't worry. Every call is recorded. Look, I don't want you to buy a course. I want you to master a career-long skill set. Now, of course, you can stay where you are, Buy a new camera every time a new model comes out and watch others accelerate past you, creating the images you want to be making. But master strobe, and you will have the power to design the look you want anywhere, anytime. Repeatable, premium results on demand. Look, you can still use natural light or continuous light whenever you want. This is a professional skill you add to your kit. And in over 20 years, I've never met a photographer who didn't benefit from learning more about lighting. So you might think this would cost a fortune. The total value is well over $6,000, but you can join One Light Boudoir today for $1,497. That's less than a single client boudoir session. And what you learn will pay you back for the rest of your career. Now, gear trips up most boudoir photographers. They either overspend on the wrong stuff or get overwhelmed by all the options and buy nothing. But you won't have to worry about that. I'll tell you exactly what to buy. And if you're among the first 10 who enroll, I will ship you a complete lighting kit as a bonus. It's the same equipment I use in the lessons, so we'll be on the same page from start to finish. No shopping, no stress, no worrying about buying the wrong thing. Simply unbox it, plug it in, and shoot. And if you run into any technical issues with the kit, ask. I'm using the same gear and I can help. Okay, here's a quick recap. You're getting the complete One Light Boudoir system. It includes 8 weeks of coaching calls and the gear to get started, all for only $1,497. This is an incredible value. Change your photography. Look, enrollment is open now. The course starts on September 18th. Own the light. Take over the room. Join me inside One Light Boudoir. See you there.